Well, our crew's not doing terribly well. Vincent's out here taking care of what he can. Remember, Daryl got sucked in, which means he's actually not in that bad a shape. He could close that gate next turn, but not this turn. And we got a problem where we're going to be drawing 2 Mythos cards. Kate made a mistake. She should have walked to Yale Magic Shop, bought some spells so she could discard that rumor. She didn't do so. Instead, she walked out and did something really dumb, fought these cultists, managed to succeed her horror roll and escape them, but now she's got this flying thing coming in, and I don't think she can possibly succeed in the horror roll against that. She could sneak away from it and evade it, and then maybe get back to the magic shop if not too much damage happens this time, but definitely a mistake, and things are so much in the balance right now that that'll probably cost the game at this point. Whether or not it could have succeeded, who knows, but that would have been moving here to grab a spell would have been the correct move at this point. Alright, but now we've got to close the Arkham encounter gate, and Vincent managed to get away from the star spawn, hiding again, and he's got a chance to kill that gate with a 6. I think that's all he's got, which is a pretty good roll, actually. And he succeeds and gets rid of that gate. That's going to get rid of anything with one of these symbols, which is the Night Gaunt. Awesome. So that kind of got rid of a problem that was going to happen. She doesn't have an event. She's out in the street. But Daryl does. And he gets a blue event. He's in Yugoth. Sneak -1, or the creature's captured an experiment on you. Lose half your items and immediately return to Arkham with no memory of the experiments. Well, that doesn't necessarily sound that terrible. Return to Arkham. If he had been here, it might have jumped things and been able to lose been able to skip the turn. But as it stands, he's got to make a sneak at -2. That gives him 1 big die. Now he can re-roll that die if he doesn't like it. And he doesn't like it. And he likes that one. He doesn't really want to lose his items. He's not gaining anything. If he had been in the other space, he might have been gaining a chance to end the game quicker. Alright, but now comes the problem. We got 2 of these. And I gotta kind of remember this. I haven't been remembering it. We've got a -2 penalty on horror check. She couldn't have survived her horror check. She should be insane. Oh well. We're gonna have 2 Mythos cards here. One is at the unnameable. Can't go there. There's an eye. Now, I think this first one is only for a gate. Let me read how this is stated. Ignore everything on the first card except for the gate opening. Okay, so that first card, the penalty card, didn't actually have any effect. And let's see what the next card is. That's going to be at the graveyard. We don't have a gate there, so that opens up another one. And we get a monster, of course. There's got to be room for monsters because we lost a couple this turn. So I don't have to actually count. And we got a witch, who's got resistance to magic. That's kind of cool. I'm sure. I don't think that means immunity. I have to look that up. Circles, squares, and diamonds are going to move. Alright, well that's a plus. My eyes aren't very good right now. Circle, she's going to go out. Square, now he's fast, and he's going to move black. That's not good for her. I think that's all my monsters. There's a clue at the unvisited isle. A lot of different things that have to be done in this game. And one thing about it is, you know, the more people you have, the more of these little tasks you can hand out. Now, this is a headline. The Sheldon Gang disturbs a burial mound, releasing 2 monsters in the uptown streets. Great. How many monsters do we have? We have 2, 3, 4. We got room for 2 more. Counting's hard for me. Trust me on this. And that's uptown. That's down here. Formless spawn and a ghoul. That doesn't sound good. Alright, well, that's where we are. And we just blocked off her escape to get to be able to seal that off. That rumor off with the spells, which is kind of a pity. Oh well. She's probably going to go insane anyway. So, on to the next turn. For movement, everybody's in Arkham right now. What does this do? Stamina. Okay. I gotta worry about that. Maybe somebody's actually above their maximum stamina at this point. Doesn't look like it. Okay. So, in terms of movement, we started off with Daryl, who dropped down and he'll be dealing with this gate. Jack came from Lost in Space, and he's dropping into a gate to go handle that, setting his stats up the way he wants them for that adventure. Kate is walking into the church. She wants to get blessed. She has plenty of monsters she's destroyed. That would overall be very, very helpful, because it means instead of just hitting successes on a 5 or a 6, you hit on a 4, 5, or 6. And then finally, well, Vincent didn't have much he could do. He had to keep his movement was at 0, so he had to up it. After upping it, though, he had to escape from that thing, which was kind of hard. He didn't want to be in the street. There's nothing interesting there, so he went to the Unnameable, picked up the clue, and he'll have an adventure there. He's hoping something interesting will come near him that he can deal with. Let's see what our encounters are then. We first hit Daryl, who just gets sucked through a gate. And he goes to the Great Hall of Solano. Which is over here. Not much he can do there. He'll get another adventure card, though. Jack. Jack gets to close a gate. Now, Jack screwed up. Why did he screw up? See, he had a 2-point swing, and I think he went the wrong way with something. I don't know if he dropped either fight or luck. Either way, he should be able to get to a better rating. I'm going to put his fight up to 4. No matter what, he could have gotten there. And so now he gets a big 2 dice on this. And this isn't gone yet. And if he succeeds, he can use that parchment. Of course, success isn't that likely. But he does, and he will use the parchment, because that... I forgot to put an eye out last turn when a gate opened up, didn't I? We only had one open up. Well, he's going to take that one and use an Elder Sign on it. Giving him a gate trophy and getting this item to go away. No, that wasn't Jack. Great. Okay, that explains why his ratings were where they were. Alright, let's put this back. Jack got sucked through this turn, so he still has that Elder Sign card. And this is still out here on Azathoth. That was actually Daryl that did that, and I've got him all set up with 3 dice. He's not going to be able to put a sign out of any kind. He does succeed in killing the gate, though. So he gets that here. And that's good enough for him. Jack does not get to do anything. Kate gets to get blessed. And I'll pull the card for that out for her in a moment. Well, I got to draw an event anyway for the Unnameable. So I'll be back in a bit. Okay, well, there's Kate's blessed. card, and that's a really cool advantage. For Vincent, however, he drew something, and I've put it away already, where a ceiling beam cracked, and he had to roll a speed check to get out of the way. Well, his speed wasn't very good. He only got 1 die on it. He failed. He lost 2 stamina, but he ate some of his food to make him feel better, so he only lost 1. Great. Now we go over to the actual Jack. And that's the wrong color. He needs blue or green. Here, Solano. No sound is allowed in the Great Library but the rustling of pages and the soft whisper of thought. Make a sneak -2 or you are delayed. Well, his sneak is 0. If he only gets 1 die for this, he will be delayed, which means next turn he doesn't get to push forward. And that's kind of a bone for him because he's on the route to close that gate. And now we got problems. 2 more cards. First one, just a gate possible. That's in the woods. The woods is open. Gate shows up. An eyeball shows up. And we gotta pull a monster. And I think we're still good on number of monsters for that. It's gonna be a Byakhee. And now another full one. That's going to be in the woods. That triggers monsters all over the place. We have 1, 2 open gates, so that's going to be 2 more monsters. I got to make a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, we're full already, so those 2 are going to go into the outskirts for now. Now, we're getting to problem land here. I don't remember what it was. It may have been 4, but we got 2 more monsters in the outskirts. It's getting full. Ooh, puppies of Tintalos. Now, the rest of the card. Well, we got movement, and that's a Crescent and Plus. No one else is moving. We've got a clue, I don't remember where it was, at the Hysterical Society. Down here. Wow, there's a lot there. Somebody ought to grab those before they get eaten. An old basement is open, releasing 2 more monsters on the streets. Uh-oh. Well, 2 more monsters, that means they could just go to the outskirts, but we may have a problem. I think 5 may be above the limit. There's 4 players, we're only allowed 4 monsters. So these monsters get sucked away. This is here. And the general store just closed. The town's getting too scary for that to exist. And that's kind of a problem when things start closing. Alright, I think we're set and going up, and things are looking really, really bad. And there's no hope in this. So in some games, when I've been playing at least, every time it's been kind of a, let's go seal the gates. That sounds like the right way to do things. And then at some point about now, we're saying, oh shit, we're gonna have to face the monster. And did I draw another gate? Was there a second gate open? Got one here. It just showed up. I don't know what was that second gate. I thought there was one in the woods. Oh, another one in the woods, that's why. Okay. So yeah, so about this point we started thinking, it's beginning to look like we're not going to be able to do the gates in time. This is filling up. Maybe a little worse than this. Let's look to defeating the monster. Well, that's not an option with Azathoth. And we better get the gates, or else the world is doomed. Alright. I was about to load it up, but I forgot something. This goes away. When the world, when the terror level increases, being banned from an area, you no longer have that penalty. So that's kind of cool. You know, the townspeople are so worried about stuff, they might be willing to listen to Monterey Jack again when he comes in. All right, now this one is going up though.